Mr. Speaker.
Reno Turkatna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I'd like to draw the House's attention to something I've spotted on Trade Me. There's a moral compass formerly owned by the National Party up for auction. So it's in perfect working order because it's never been used. And sir, that is what we have got from this national government. Their internal compass is locked on the 10%. It's locked on the well-to-do and those at the top, and that's where it's stuck, and that's where it's stayed for the last 8 years. And how do we have proof, sir? How do we have proof on that? Well, look at the appalling figures around the rising inequality that is that our country now has these days. It's absolutely appalling, sir. 10% of the population controls 60% of the country's wealth. That is absolutely appalling. The bottom 40%. The bottom 40% have 3% of the country's wealth. Now, those are really sobering figures, sir. So I'd just like to call on John Key and his pantomime characters of the National Party to take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow for making 10% of the population controlling 60% of our wealth. Why don't they take another bow at this? Once upon a time, New Zealand was one of the most egalitarian countries in the world. And now we're famous, what for? For inequality. Take a bow. Take a bow, the national government. Because, sir, they are a bunch of poor actors. Poor actors led by the chief of the cast, John Key. They are very poor actors, sir. And you know, how can Kiwis expect equality from such an unbalanced group of politicians? Sir, they are the government of smoke and mirrors. And its ministers are well known for telling half-truths. They are well known for it, sir. Look who we saw today. Maggie Barry. Maggie Barry. I coined her Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, much like the 1080 that she's sprinkling on all of our lands down in the deep south to protect our birds. That's right. She's Poison Ivy. There she is. There she is. That's right. Poison Ivy. Let's go into the Disney comparison. I would call her the evil queen, the wicked queen from Snow White. That's right. That's right, sir. This is the cast of characters. This is the cast of Disney characters that make up this national government, sir. And who do we have next? Dear old Nikki Wagner. And where would she come? What Disney movie would she come out of? I would say 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil, that's right, sir. It's a very appropriate characterisation for that poor minister. Very poor minister, sir. So, sir, if this national government were a Disney film, what would it be? What would it be? It would be Pinocchio, sir. It would be Pinocchio, because all of the absolute poor half-truths that are coming out and the untruths from their very poor ministers, sir. Or maybe it could be the new one, sir. Maybe it could be Finding Dory. That's right, that's the new Disney movie for this poor cast of poor pantomime characters from this atrocious national government, sir. Absolutely. So yes, they can continue to take a bow, sir, because what are we seeing? We see, and I think New Zealanders are actually, in all seriousness, sir, when they sit down to watch the 6 o'clock news, our whānau out there are getting sick of watching the horrific, the stories of whānau sleeping in cars, of whānaus crammed in garages and in poor and homeless situations. That is all happened under this government's watch in the past 8 years. So take a bow for that. Take a bow for what you've caused for all of those families out there. The overseas experience that we are seeing is that people are rising up around the world. We've seen it with Brexit. They are marching in the streets and people are revolting against inequality. They are revolting against it, socially and income related. So I would just say, kia matata, watch out, this government, because it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And I know the perfect way to do it. The way to do that, I would visit a beautiful place on the Mahia Peninsula called Tawapata. Go there, You've set up Rocket Lab, and that is the perfect way for you to absolutely blast off and get out of this government, get out running this country, because our New Zealand needs a change. We need a change. We need to get rid of this Disney cast. Thank you, sir.
Maureen Pugh. Maureen Pugh.